Courthouse case of the people versus Javvante Jackson.
And on behalf of people.
And just like that, the courtroom energy shifts. When a judge opens with People versus Javvante Jackson, you already know someone's morning is about to get significantly worse.
Question.
Just Jackson.
Judge. Worship Feaster Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Javvante Jackson, come to the podium. Mr. Jackson, when you arrive, please state your name for the record.
Javvante Jackson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I did speak to Ms. Zinda on this matter. I know she has something she's gonna be requesting. I also met with Mr. Jackson in custody on Tuesday. We are going to be requesting an adjournment to try to get some new information discovery that Ms. Zinda is going to talk to you about here momentarily, Judge.
All right. Yes.
If I could address bond, came to my attention that Mr. Jackson has called the victim. There were 3 complete calls that were just about a minute long. In those calls, the victim calls him.
Okay, pause, because what's coming here is wild. If you're ever wondering what not to do while on probation, calling the victim 180 times definitely tops the list. That's not determination. That's a speed run to getting your bond yanked.
By his nickname that she referred to him in speaking with her brother, who's also in custody previously, and is immediately upset that he's calling her, tells him to stop calling her, and then after those calls are complete, he has about 180 attempts to call her that she does not pick up. So at this point, I'm going to ask that his phone privileges be revoked, and we will be blocking her number from the jail, given that he's tried to call her 180 times, and all of that is in violation of the probation that he's on, the 14B, with the domestic violence second offense case that he had with her. So I have concerns that he's still violating both the PPO and his probation concerns at this time.
I was made aware of that this morning, Judge. I haven't spoken to my client about it. Obviously, I'll reserve comment until I receive phone calls from Ms. Zinda, but I understand what the court's likely to do.
And he's on probation
Or
in case involving her, which contact would be prohibited. Contact is prohibited in this case.
And there is a PPO.
And in listening to at least a portion of those calls,
This is where the legal hammer drops. The judge isn't just annoyed. He's signaling that these violations aren't small slip-ups. In domestic violence-related cases, any contact means automatic trouble, and Javvante is about to learn that lesson the hard way.
indication that the victim has said that
Stop.
to stop contact.
In pretty much all of those calls.
That from this court standpoint seems rather egregious in terms of behavior. Certainly he would be entitled to a hearing on it. But at this time, there's going to be I don't think he can behave himself if he ever got out. So not only are his phone privileges hereby ordered revoked, the defendant's bond is also revoked at this time.
I'll get a copy of those calls from Ms. Zinda and I'll take them over for my client to listen to.
Court calls the case People versus Daniel Cummings.
Assistant Public Defender Sandra White on behalf of Daniel Cummings. Can you state your name, please?
Daniel Cummings.
Your Honor, we're going to ask for an adjournment so that I can have more time to speak to Cummings and the prosecutor. Mr. Cummings is asking for an adjournment about a month out. He has different procedures coming up and he wants to get all of his dates together.
You've seen his test result? Apparently not.
Yes, we discussed.
From the 24th?
Just a second, Your Honor.
Counsel approach.
Yes, we're trying to review this treatment.
You might want to get that button.
Your Honor, can we get an adjournment for about a week so I can?
Yes, and just so that we know that On the 24th of November, defendant tested, which is actually only tested, he's taken a tested positive for fentanyl.
Here comes another twist. Anytime a judge starts referencing test results and dates, it means someone failed to try not to violate bond conditions challenge. And spoiler alert, fentanyl is not the substance you want popping up in a courtroom conversation.
In this case, so
It's,
And Mr. Yes, Your Honor, that's-
so I'm going to adjourn this out to December 11th, 2025, 9 a.m. This time, defendant's bond is revoked, defendant's remanded.
yeah.
Court calls case People versus Moses, Hennigan Page.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Finnegan Page, Your Honor. Mr. Finnegan Page, can you please state your name for the record?
Moses Finnegan Page.
And Your Honor, we are aware of the violation. I have been able to go over that with my client. My client's willing to speak to that with regard of his willingness to check himself into an inpatient facility or do an outpatient.
Does he admit to the violation?
Yes, sir. If I test today, I'll be clean.
Go ahead, Mr. Bellinger.
Otherwise, Your Honor, we would be asking to, I would be asking to adjourn this matter just a couple weeks so that I can look into a few different things that Mr. Finnegan Page and I discussed.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to December 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m. October 28th, November 13th, November 24th, you are positive for cocaine.
Yes, sir.
All while you're on bond.
Yes, sir.
Not appropriate. Can't happen. So at this time, you're going to have to figure out something.
Notice how the judge stays calm, but the message is brutal. Not appropriate. Can't happen. Translation? This is your legal wake-up call. Multiple dirty tests while on bond is the courtroom equivalent of lighting your own parachute on fire.
Regiment for some treatment, because apparently he's not doing it on his own, counsel. So at this point in time, his bond is revoked, defendant remanded.
Thank you. I will present an order to the court at the appropriate time for hopefully some inpatient treatment.
Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Sandra Law.
Ashley Feltus for the people.
Stephanie Tanner on behalf of Ms. Law. Ms. Law, could you please state your name for the record?
Sandra Law.
What are we doing?
Thank you, Your Honor. So a part of what we had been discussing with the prosecutor's office required my client to be in some sort of treatment. However, and the court did the order, but not been released to treatment yet, as the court can see.
Is that because they can't find something?
They're waiting on beds. Yes, Your Honor. They're waiting on beds. Your Honor, my client is asking if the court would consider allowing her to do outpatient treatment instead. She could go on a tether. She believes the court may remember this. She's being evicted. It was before the court, and she has until the 12th of December to get her property out of the home, or they're just going to put it on the street.
That was a case before me.
Yes, it was a case before you, Your Honor.
just let me tell you the name.
Give me a second.
Who was your landlord?
It was Thomas Berry and my daughter Serenity Sturman.
What did you say? Go ahead.
It's Thomas Berry, which is my daughter's ex-boyfriend, and her name is Serenity Sturman, and she just turned 21. And she's going through a lot of problems with this man.
All right, I
We have
got
to-
you. I just needed to know who the landlord was. Got it?
I can't remember. It's on October 24th.
That case was dismissed.
So she,
When?
October 24th.
October, it couldn't have been, because we have a thing.
Okay,
There's another one, you just
Did
missed
we
it,
have
and you had to refile it.
hold on.
there is no other newly entered case in Vegas.
We don't have another case.
because they said that you said, because I watched the thing, Your Honor, and you said that he had to refile it, because he didn't file it right. He put her name, so he had to refile it under Serenity Sturman and all other occupants. And it's for December.
Okay, but I don't,
Okay, but
we don't
the
have a
court has
case.
indicated that as of right now, there's no eviction, is what he's trying to tell you.
It's like we have to move out, or we have to get our stuff taken out by, it's a, note, I don't know what you call it. The paper says,
There's a notice to quit.
yes, I mean, that's what it is. We have to be out by
Yeah,
the
and
12th.
it tells you that you have a certain period in time in which to move out.
Right, okay, that's what.
If you don't, then what happens is they file a court case and it comes before me.
Judge is saying you have more time.
Right, but will I be out of rehab before that?
I
mean,
have no idea when you're gonna finish rehab.
okay, I do have a job.
This moment is the roller coaster. The judge is trying to clarify the eviction timeline, while the defendant is caught between rehab, housing chaos, and family drama. Courtrooms aren't just about charges. They often turn into a real-time crisis management session.
I do have my daughter to take care of. I do have a job. I am enrolled in school through Yale online. Your Honor, I did that to the family. I made a mistake.
No, we're not gonna admit, we're not gonna talk about any of that. Your Honor, my client is just waiting to be released into inpatient treatment. As you can see, she's anxious to get out and to do so.
Can I please be released? I've never missed court dates. I've been on probation with Judge Washington. I've
Your
passed
Honor,
all my
I believe,
jobs.
did I give you a green sheet, Mr. Allen?
Yeah, I have a green sheet. How
So,
much?
Your Honor, we are asking for, just, a 2-week adjournment. We just need to get her in treatment so that we can work on an offer.
Will be adjourned December 18th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank
Be
you.
released to outpatient treatment.
She said no.
She did not know that we know there's no case pending.